Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today is our third and final part of our look at Carcassi's Etude number 7 from his op60 collection. So we're going to be taking it from bar 16 today. Have a look at part 1 and part 2. I'll put a link in the description to those videos below to see the first 16 bars of the piece. And as always, there'll be a link to a free tab in the description below. Right, let's dive in. So we're kicking off with bar 16. We've got some interesting parts in this section. Use of different pedal tones, some nice pull-offs, and some nice arpeggios as well. So let's dive straight in. So a full performance is featured on part 1 of the series. So have a look at the first minute and a half of that video, and you'll see a performance of the full piece on there. But we're just going to go straight in bar by bar. So we're going to start off with bar 16. We've got a first fret on our G, second on our D, and I'm planting my fingers in my right hand on my string. So I've got my thumb ready on my D, my index finger ready on my G, under my G, my middle finger ready under my B, and my third finger just under the E string. Okay, so it goes like this. So we're plucking our D string, and we're just going ascending through the arpeggio. So D string, G, B, E. Okay, we then play our first fret on our high E, pulling off to our open E, and then I'm doing a pluck middle index on our open E string. So we're going okay. Next bit, we're going to the 4th fret. Okay, and I'm taking my first finger up there, pulling off to my open E, and then plucking my 2 open E strings. Okay, and again, other than the pull-off, so I'm alternating between my index and my middle finger. I'm then using my little finger to go to my 7th fret on my high E, pulling off to my open E, and then 2 open E strings. So bar 16 is as follows. Okay, bar 17, we're going to our 5th fret, okay, and I'm using my 2nd finger for that, plucking it with my low E string at the same time, pulling off, and then doing 2 open E's, excuse me, so it goes, okay, and then I'm going back to my 1st fret, pulling off to my open E, and then we go into this kind of pedal idea. So we keep going back to our open E strings, but we're alternating between our thumb, index, thumb, middle on our right hand. So we're going 4th on our B, playing that with my thumb, playing my open E to my 3rd fret, thumb, middle for my open E, thumb on my 1st fret on my B, index for the open E, open B with my thumb, middle with my open E, and then, sorry, 2nd fret on my G to my open E. So that bar goes as follows. Okay, so those 2 bars, put them together in context. Okay, it's a fantastic little passage, and you know, like anything, just take it nice and steady, get the notes sounding nice and even. And then once you get comfortable with the speed, you can start to build that up slowly. Bar 18 and bar 19 are an exact repeat of bar 16 and 17, so you do the same thing again. Okay, so let's go into bar 20 now. So bar 20, I'm going to my first fret, so we're carrying on with this descending idea. Now, a common mistake guitarists do is they play the first fret on the G and play an open E. There isn't an open E between this note. You're just playing the first fret on your G for a quaver beat. Okay, so it's twice as long as what we would normally expect it to last before playing the next note. So it kind of just breaks up the music a little bit before you're carrying on with a more chromatic idea. Okay. Which goes as follows. So we've got third fret on our D, open E, second on our D, open E, first on our D, open E, second on our D, open E, open D, open E, third on our A, open E, second on our A, open E. That's it. So those 6 bars together slowly sound like this. Okay. Right, bars 21 and bars 22 are exactly the same as the opening 2 bars of the piece. So for this one, we're going back to that P, A, M, I, that tremolo style finger picking. Then when we get to bar 23, it changes a little bit. So we start to modulate through some really interesting sounding chords. So let's dive into these. So we're doing a half bar on our third fret on our D and our G strings, and we're reaching over to play our 5th fret on our A string. You can use your little finger or your third finger. It's entirely up to you. And our thumb plays our A string, index finger plays our D, middle finger plays the G, back to the D, and then you repeat that 4-note pattern. Okay, the next chord we're going to an A7 shape, which is our second on our D, open G, and second on our B string. And I'm moving my right hand just down the string, so my thumb plucks my D, index plays the G, middle finger plays the B, index, P, I, M, I. Okay, now with my left hand, I'm using my middle finger and my third finger. The reason why is for the next chord, it means I can just move those 2 up a fret, and I can just pop that index finger down on my 2nd fret on my G. And we're doing this once, so it's the same right hand pattern, just played once. So this is the start of bar 24. Okay, we then move, keep our index finger down, we're moving our 3rd finger up to our 4th fret on our A string, playing our A, then our G, then our high E, and then back to the G. Okay, so next bit we're going to 1st fret on our E, 2nd on our G, playing our open D, so it's open D, G, high E, G, and then I'm taking this index finger, I'm just moving it up to my 2nd fret on my D, keeping that middle finger down on my 2nd fret on my G, so it's a D string with my thumb, index plays the G, ring finger plays the high E string, index plays the G. Okay, so those 2 bars go as follows. Okay, there's some quite difficult chord shifts in that, so again, like anything else, just take your time, do it bar by bar, just get used to those changes, practice it slowly. The speed will come dead easy once you've done that. Right then, so bar 25, we're starting to come to the end of the piece now. So we're going back to the tremolo style picking, but we're essentially based around a B7 chord. So you can either bar across the 2nd fret and then play your 4th fret on your D and your 4th fret on your B, or you can just play the 2nd fret on your G with one with your fingertip and not barring. It's entirely up to you, whichever feels more comfortable. And what you're doing is your thumb plays your D string, and then it's A, M, I on your B, and then your thumb plays your G, and then it's A, M, I on your B, so it goes like this. Okay, we're then shifting to an E7 chord. So 1st fret on our G, 2nd on our B, 2nd on our D, and then a 3rd fret on our B. And we're not playing all the strings, but that's essentially what we're doing. You can leave out the 2nd fret on your A string if you wanted to. But we're playing, thumb plays our 1st fret on our G, A, M, I on the high E string, and then our thumb then plays the D string, and then it's A, M, I on the 3rd fret on our B. So this bar goes as follows. Okay, we then shift to an A minor chord on bar 26. So 1st fret on our B, 2nd on our G, 2nd on our D. Our thumb plays our 2nd fret on our G, and then it's A, M, I on our B string. Okay, we then lift those 2 fingers off, but keep that 2nd finger down on your D string, 2nd on your D, and then A, M, I on your open B string. Okay, move that finger down a string, pop your 3rd finger on your 3rd fret on your D. So it's thumb on your D string, and then A, M, I on your G. And then keep that finger down, pop your 1st fret on your B, and reach over, put your 3rd fret on your A. And we're starting to change to the arpeggio pattern. So it's thumb plays our A string, index finger plays our G, middle finger plays our B string, and then our index finger plays our G. So this bar goes as follows. Okay. Bar 27, we still keep this middle finger down, we just lift all the other fingers off, and we're doing the arpeggio pattern now. So our thumb plays our open D, index finger plays our 2nd on our G, middle finger plays our open B, back to our 2nd on our G. We then reach over to the 1st fret on our D string to play the same pattern. We then go to an A minor chord. All right. Now you might choose to use your 3rd finger for that opening part, just so you can change that A minor a little bit easier. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. A lot of the fingerings in scores are only recommended, so you can chop and change them to suit what you play. So this bar, so bar 27, I'm going to our open D, 2nd on our G, open B, 2nd on our G, 1st on our D, 2nd on our G, open B, 2nd on our G, and then we're moving to our A minor chord, so we're going 2nd on our D, 2nd on our G, 1st on our B, 2nd on our G, and then we go into an E major chord. We just need to move to our 1st fret on our G. Our thumb plays our open E string, low E. Index plays our 1st fret on our G, open B, 1st on our E, and then the last bar we're going to an A minor fretted chord, 1st fret, and then 2nd fret on our B and G strings respectively. Thumb plays our open A, index finger plays our G, middle finger plays a B, and then we're playing our open E, and then to finish off with, we play first fret on our high E, pull off to our open E, fourth fret on our B, open E, and then our fifth fret on our high E to finish off the piece. So what I'll do is I'll just play it through nice and slowly from bar 16, just so you can hear all that in context. Okay, so once you get to the end, you then go back to bar 9 and you repeat that entire section again, and then you finish off right at the end of the piece. I hope you enjoyed this 3-part series. Any feedback, any comments, any recommendations of any songs you want me to cover, any pieces you want me to look at, then have a look, pop them in the comments below, and I will endeavour to do those. I will see you in the next one. We'll do a new piece next time, so I will see you then. Bye.